Cardano has a long-standing vision of becoming a third-generation cryptocurrency. It claims to offer better advantages than Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two most popular cryptocurrencies in the market. Why are people in doubt? Well, the answer is obvious. The basics are still unclear. Last year, an article reflected a preposterous claim against Cardano. DC Spark's CTO justifies why Cardano is among the worst blockchains for data storage. In this article, Sebastian Guillemot, the chief technology officer of the blockchain business DC Spark, stated that the layer 1 blockchain Cardano is among the worst blockchains for storing data and went on to explain his reasons. At the time, one Cardano supporter tweeted that Cardano is an excellent blockchain for storing massive volumes of on-chain data. Apparently, this triggered Guillemot's assertion. The tweet read, "One of the most interesting innovations that Cardano brings with the EUTXO model is how data can be stored on-chain, which means that it can never be destroyed. We are testing it right now in Ethiopia to store schooling documentation, but the possibilities are endless." The CTO of DC Spark found the tweet strange and explained that Cardano's present architecture makes it for one of the worst blockchains for data storage. Really strange tweet. Cardano is definitely one of the worst blockchains for storing data, and this was an explicit design decision to avoid blockchain bloat, and is the root cause of many design decisions like Plutus data, 64-bit chunks, off-chain pool, and token registry, etc. Judging from the lenses of the situation, was Cardano established on a faulty foundation? Has it solved its impediment? What don't we know about Cardano? The Cardano project and the ADA cryptocurrency have been an investor favorite since they first came about in 2015. Cardano has taken an innovative peer-review academic approach to developing its general-purpose blockchain, and now is quite in the space. Cardano ADA was developed by Input Output Hong Kong, a technology company founded by Charles Hoskinson. Hoskinson comes from healthy roots in the cryptocurrency sector, having played a part in the early development of Ethereum and its Ethereum Foundation. Cardano's development is characterized by rigorous scientific philosophy along with vast amounts of academic research and peer review. The Cardano project put together an in-depth development roadmap consisting of 5 primary stages, and the last few years have been the robust playout of these stages. The last stage, Voltaire, is currently the rave of the moment. Also, Cardano is designed in essence to solve the scaling issues typically associated with Bitcoin and Ethereum, thus proving to be a constant source of innovation. Where previous blockchains are inclined to high transaction fees and low TPS due to certain limitations in their design, Cardano is built from the ground up to provide a truly decentralized, low-fee, high TPS proof-of-stake network solution. The hot package about Cardano is the few perks that make it stand out. So let's start with Ouroboros. This system, adopted by Cardano, combines technology and mathematics, behavioral psychology, and economic philosophy principles to create a verification mechanism to obtain verification mechanisms. Thus, it enables the security and sustainability of any blockchain that implements it, in this case, the Cardano blockchain. In 2017, Charles Hoskinson adopted this name for his proof-of-stake protocol that qualifies Cardano to function. Simply put, Ouroboros represents the possibility of infinite and ethical growth in a blockchain with increased scalability, especially an opportunity to create blockchain with reduced energy consumption. And so far, this is Cardano's biggest flex, particularly to Ethereum. The primary goal of most Layer 1 blockchain protocols is to displace Ethereum as the dominant network for smart contracts. So many are innovating to attain this goal, and Cardano is no different. In February, as highlighted by Twitter user and blockchain educator at Suraj K. Saju 2, the Ouroboros Genesis upgrade will seek to address the issues of costless simulation and the bootstrapping problem of the protocol, while mitigating the threat of long-range attacks in decentralized and open environments. This upgrade will effectively position Cardano as a highly functional proof-of-stake protocol whose security is more closely aligned with that of the Bitcoin blockchain. None of the existing Ethereum killers will have these incredible features. Over the past few weeks, JED, the most collateralized stablecoin on Cardano, was launched, and the protocol's sidechain toolkit made its way to the network, thus pitching the blockchain as one of the most versatile in the current blockchain ecosystem. Cardano only does remarkable things. So, with Cardano pitched as a digital currency that is more resilient than Bitcoin in terms of price growth in January, the obvious protocol fortification is bound to simulate the blockchain's growth. Furthermore, if you've been involved in the Cardano ecosystem for a while, you might have learned that the blockchain is built using a functional programming language called Haskell. Well, Haskell is the basis for Plutus, Cardano's smart contract programming language, and it also powers Marlowe, which serves as the domain-specific language for financial smart contracts. However, from a closer observation, Haskell isn't one of the best-known programming languages. It isn't even widely picked by those just starting on their journey as a developer. So with this in mind, many wonder why Cardano was implemented in Haskell in the first place. Is this a ploy to act differently? Well, the reason is that Haskell, particularly in conjunction with formal methods, is well suited to write code that is robust and correct. But to understand why this is significant for Cardano, Haskell needs to be properly understood. Haskell has its roots in both academia and the study of logic, and in earlier iterations of functional programming languages. As one of the purest functional programming languages, Haskell has reportedly led many developers to change the way they approach programming, generally, and helped improve their overall abilities as programmers. According to Aaron Contour, CEO of Haskell programming company FP Complete, this has led to Haskell being voted as the most recommended language to learn even if developers have no specific need for it, hence making Cardano quite impeccable. Plus, with the arrival of decentralized applications, tokenization, and smart contracts on Cardano, an entire ecosystem of decentralized financial services is expected to rise. This will bring billions of dollars of value or more on-chain, locked through smart contracts or managed through decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs for short. Cardano has deployed its Hydra upgrade on the mainnet to enable Layer 2 scalability. Could it finally emerge as an L2 alternative to Ethereum, though? By accelerating transaction speeds through its high throughput, Hydra aims to lower transaction costs through scaling. Its first upgrade in this regard intends to make Cardano more affordable and quick. It's safe to ask, what changed with Cardano with the Hydra release? Of course, the total value locked in the Cardano DeFi ecosystem rose steadily after slowing down with the wave of bankruptcies last year. With a working Layer 2 network, Cardano could become cheaper and more efficient to use. According to reports from the community, the skyrocketing gas fees are hindering artists from minting NFT projects on the Ethereum network. Then, of course, Voltaire. Now, the Voltaire era of Cardano will provide the final pieces required for the Cardano network to become a self-sustaining system. And with the introduction of a voting and treasury system, network participants will be able to use their stake and voting rights to leverage the future development of the network. For the Cardano network to become truly decentralized, it will require not only the distributed infrastructure introduced during the Shelley era, but also the capacity to be maintained and improved over time in a decentralized way. Voltaire will achieve this. To fund future development of the network, Voltaire will also see to the addition of a treasury system, whereby a part of all transaction fees will be pooled to provide funds for the development activities undertaken following the voting process. Many are wondering whether this era is indeed significant for Cardano to progress, and perhaps there has not been enough buzz about it. Recently, Charles Hoskinson went public with a tirade about the crypto community's lack of interest in constructive things. He was particularly offended that a 2-hour conversation on Twitter Spaces about Cardano's upcoming governance update was ignored, his making that feel like it is irrelevant. In his view, the community is more encouraged by division, contradictions, and drama, and to an extent, this is true. It was all about CIP 1694, a proposal to improve Cardano that would influence the transition to the Voltaire era, the fifth and final era that would produce changes to the blockchain governance structure and, according to Charles Hoskinson, show everyone how decentralized governance is implemented. As usual, Cardano enthusiasts were not slow to react to the developers' outbursts and opinions, causing a division of sentiments. Some of them explain that such lectures are incomprehensible to ordinary people, and they do not find it interesting to listen for 2 hours about governance or staking changes to Cardano, which do not even exist yet. Some, however, explicitly express their interest in the project only in terms of investment. Above all, it's incredible to see Cardano carving a remarkable niche for itself. The sleek strategies, yet uninteresting to some, will eventually pay off. But that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you click on the subscribe notification buttons, and we'll see you in the next video.